Well, it's still dark. We're considering our research video. There's a little San Domingo wash sign. It's really early in the morning. And right now, if you remember when we left off last time, we were reading about the San Domingo district. And first thing we're going to do, we're in Little San Domingo Wash right now. And the road continues up it for a ways. And there's GPAA and Roadrunner claims and various other clubs up there. What we're going to do is go and find out where that big dry land dredge called Geraldine was working. And that's a pretty cool spot. So we're going to go up there and look around and see if we can't find that. And the reason I'm doing that is to help familiarize myself with an area if I'm new to it. Of course, I'm not new to this area, but many of you are, and we're going to do this together. So we don't have much light right now, so I'm going to shut this thing off. Welcome to Nugget Journals. And there's a vulture coming out of the tree right in front of us. Check him out. He's going to sit right there on top of that tree and look at us. See a lot of things early in the morning here in the desert that you don't get to see during the day. But anyway, this is Nugget Journals. I'm Bill Southern, and we're in part 3 of Let's Talk About Research. I'll be back. There might be a little wind noise riding in the buggy. I apologize if there is. As we go up here, I'm going to show you what claim markers look like. There's a lot of club claims up along here. It's starting to get better daylight, so you can see. And right now we're on what's called Mine Road. And it's called that because it goes up to the White Cloud Mine and several others up here. But we got a morning breeze, and that's pretty normal out here in the desert. As temperature inversions start moving around, it builds up a pretty good breeze. A little look at where we're going here. Okay, the sun's going to come up right over yonder. It's going to be a beautiful day. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, for those of you that want to come out here and see this area, right now we're going past the windmill. And there's several GPAA claims down there. And we got a Roadrunner claim right over here on the other side. And there's claim markers up here ahead. I'll show them to you. You don't want to get on other people's claims without permission, guys. It's just not the right thing to do. But you can see right here, there's been somebody working right here. That's all been dry washed. See the piles. And I believe this is all on a Roadrunner claim right here. But they've dug there and then filled their holes back in like they're supposed to. And most of the club claims are very well marked, as is this one. And this is a Roadrunner claim right here. And you can see their claim markers right through there. See that red, white, blue pole? That's one of their markers. And we're going to go on up the road here and go up to that dredge. Now there's several types of land out here. You got private land, you got BLM, and we've got state trust land. Private land, stay off. There goes a jackrabbit. Private land, stay off. BLM land is public land. State trust land, we buy a parking permit and are able to walk on it and park on it. But you can't prospect on it with a dry washer or anything like that. You can look around and then apply for a prospecting permit and actually prospect on state trust land, but that's a whole different process. And the dredge now, tailings that we're going to go look at from Geraldine, the dry land dredge, are now on state trust land. The BLM did a land swap about 20 years back, so we can't detect there, but we can go look and show you what's going on. Okay, I showed you the windmill and approximate where we are, and actually the windmill is just right down there past where Rick's getting in his vehicle here. That's Rick, my buddy. But anyway, the windmill's over there, just the other side of that cactus that you see standing up there. So we're going to go up this hill, and like I said, this is state trust land here now. It used to be BLM, but land swaps happen, and then the state ends up selling it or something, and houses end up here. Funny how that works. But anyway, we're going to go up this split road. It's split like this because when one side gets rough, we drive on the other side. And there's some good BLM land farther up here. And we're going to go look at where that big dry land dredge was today. And then we're going to go look at some of the rocks and some of the soil and ground around here. And heck, maybe even get a little hunting in. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm going to show you this as we go in. It's pretty dramatic. I mean, you're not seeing much of any kind of workings here yet. All right, here we go. Can you see it down there? Now, this is basically, if you watch some of the Aussie gold hunting shows, see the great big dry washer for the trommel and big dry land dredge, they call those. But this machine down here really moves some dirt. And the reason I'm coming back in here to show it to you is, number one, it's kind of cool seeing the old history. And number two, you'll learn what they were working and how they were working it out here, which it goes quite a way to help for the nugget hunter, and which is what we are basically doing. And again, I'm kind of going along like we're going here for the first time with you. And I was able to find this exact stuff right on Google Earth. I could see the tailings piles, I could see where they worked, I could see the road to it, everything. Look at that. That, my friends, is a lot of material that was moved down here. Okay, back in the real early 90s, we used to come in here when it was still BLM and putter around, and find some little nuggets down there. Nothing really big, but that wild cactuses, because back then I guess they were starting to protect them, were up on pedestals about 10 feet around, that the old timers had left them stuck up there on them pedestals instead of killing them. Of course, they eventually died anyway. I mean, they're exposed like that. But they went in here, and what they did, if you look, the hillsides have been scraped all the way up to the top there, right down to the bedrock below. And they ran every bit of that stuff through that big dry land dredge, dry washer. Amazing. And we're going to go down there and look at the piles a little bit and the material they're moving. All right, Rick and I are going to walk down here and have a little look around and show you the area, but they really worked hard in here, guys. And these are more of the tailings over here. And this goes on for about a half mile, 3/4 of a mile, right down the wash. They scraped every hillside. You can see how the hillside over here looks kind of bleached. They scraped it right down to the bedrock, which is tough. It's a volcanic ash material that's been kind of changed into a rock. And they took everything off the top of that, and it contained gold. And this is where they were set up. But you can see these guys really worked this area. And these piles go on all the way down this wash for, like I said, almost a mile. Right, you can see the volcanic material mixed in here. And this has all been disturbed, so it's not really what I want to show you, because they already found what they were looking for and they tore it up. But look over here, that's all been scraped. Every bit of that hillside's been scraped. You can see the kind of the berms up toward the top of the hill, and that was material that wasn't rich enough to run, so they just kind of pushed it up out of the way. These berms run all the way along the top where they quit. But how long did it take to run all that material? And this is where Geraldine, the dredge, was. And you can look that up in the Placer books that we've been discussing. I read it to you in the last video. So what have we learned here? Well, we've learned an area that we read about in the book, which gives us a landmark to work from. And we've also got to see some really cool history. And all the equipment got hauled out of here long ago, and they actually worked on the greenleaf claims up the road, and it's still a concrete slab, and they had a big dry washer set up there too. and did the same thing pretty much. Huge piles up there. But Rick and I are going to go up the road here, and I'm going to show you some of the geology on the ground and what it looked like before they actually scraped it here. And we're going to see if we can't maybe find a nugget or two while we're puttering around up there. But I just had to show you this stuff. And we located this on Google Earth, okay? Read about it in the book. Went on Google Earth and got the coordinates. And you can actually see these tailings piles quite well from space. They're that big. And you can see some of the other landmarks that are mentioned in the book as well. And that's all part of the research we do to get into spots like this. Now, unfortunately, we can't hunt here. And we're both foaming at the mouth wanting to, but it's off limits. And if you don't obey the laws, then they punish everybody for the few that don't. This is how it works. So we're going to go up the road to some place we can actually hunt, some open BLM ground. And yeah, maybe we'll get into a nugget, and I'll show you some of the geology. And we're doing boots on the ground, my friends. Alrighty, welcome to the San Domingo Placer area. Now you can see off in the distance over here, there's a trailer way off there. Little white spot out there. Well, before that trailer, you can see a couple big red piles of dirt. And there's a concrete slab to the right there. I know it's hard to see, but this was the richest area out here. And they ran a big dryland dredge down here too. But there was an awful lot of gold pulled out of here. And my friends, there's like 10 square miles of placer ground in here. All right, and this is what we were looking for in the book. And here we are looking at it. Okay, and it doesn't take long. I mean, if you're in a club, you go to your club claims. If you're new to the area, you do some more research, and you get out and put the boots on the ground, like I said, and you look for gold. And we're gonna go look for the type of deposit they described with the metamorphic rock and the ironstone and other materials, volcanic materials, and the rhyolite and the schist and stuff showing up in the surface gravels. And that's where the gold's supposed to be, and that's where the gold is out here. And we're gonna go show you some of that now and do a little hunting. We got a ways to go, so I'll be back in a bit. Big Red's fixing to come up right over here to the right of Red Picacho up there. So here we go. Well, we're where we're gonna hunt. And I'm gonna show you some rocks and stuff up here. But look who's coming over the hill. Big Red. Yep, it's gonna get hot. What's it supposed to do today, Rick? 102 or so? It's gonna get hot. We're gonna go off into hills over here, putter around a little bit. It's just a neat area. Really quiet out here in summer. Not much moving around. Once that sun comes up, everybody goes and tries to find a place to hide. Rick and I don't have that much sense. We're gonna go hunt gold. So we'll last a couple hours, I'm sure. Anyway, let's go for a hike, and I'll show you some stuff over here, and then we're gonna try for a few targets. Alrighty, remember what we talked about and read about? It said that the placer gravels here were mixed with volcanic material, metamorphic materials, and most of it's very old, pre-Cambrian, post-Cambrian, from a whole different mountain range actually. But a lot of this stuff's right here. We just walked down the hill, and up there it's mainly volcanic stuff. And you get down here and look. See here? There's some quartz. Okay, you got iron minerals in this rock very heavily. And everything's changing down here. Here's a piece of ironstone. Okay, and you've got the rhyolite. Here's a piece of rhyolite. More quartz. Okay, see all this is andesite mixed in here. Some of this quartz has red staining to it. And this is the stuff they're scraping off those other hills and running through that big dryland dredge. This material wasn't rich enough, though it has gold in it. But it's rich enough for us to putter around with. And that's what we're gonna go do. We're gonna walk right over here and go up this little wash and hunt. I know the tour kind of ended, didn't it? Exactly where I am, but we're kind of on some private land here, private claim anyway. And so I can't really show you exactly where we are, but I'm gonna show you exactly what we're doing to find gold, if we find any. I found gold here before, so I know it's here. So we're gonna walk over the hill and I'll show you some more rocks and stuff, and we're gonna do a little sampling and hope to get a piece of gold or two. Now, if you notice, there's a lot of cool stuff on the ground here, but this is what makes me hunt. Okay, if you look around, you're gonna see all kinds of stuff. Here's some volcanic materials here. A lot of this is hot. Okay, more volcanic material. It's all over the place. Here's some metamorphic rock. Okay, high in iron. And looking on here, look at here. Here's a piece of calcite, just laying right here, a calcite crystal. Kind of cool. And there's just all kinds of stuff in here. You see, like I said, rhyolite, you see ironstone, there's some hematite mixed in here. And this stuff's all laying right on top of the tuff, which is the volcanic ash bedrock here. And it's pretty solid. And in some places there's caliche showing through as well. And the gold's still here. And a lot of the placer gravels is washed off here and down the wash over thousands or millions of years. But the gold stayed up here because it's heavier. And we found some nice little nuggets up here in the past, and we're hoping for some today. Here's some more. Looky here. Look at that. Look at the iron in that. But this stuff's laying right on top, and that's what you look for out here. And a lot of the other placer areas in Arizona are going to look pretty much the same. And like I said, this is a very old placer. This stuff's been laying here a long time. So we're going to hunt here for a little while, and I guess that's kind of giving you a pretty good idea how I go about finding new areas. Now, I do that same kind of research. Ooh, look at that. It's got quartz mixed in with it and everything else. Beautiful. Stuff really gets me excited. We went through a lot of stuff on how I go about finding a new area, and that can be applied to anywhere here and any other state. You just got to do the research, and Google Earth is very helpful. You can actually see where the ground's been disturbed, get out in the fringes where we are now of the main placer area where everybody else goes, and we're kind of out a little bit on the edge of that, working, and like I said, we're hoping for a piece here, and we're going to keep hunting for a little while until it gets too hot. So yeah, wish us luck, and I hope these videos help you. And I really do encourage you folks to ask me if you want to see something or know about something, so I'm more than willing to go out and do it for you. So anyway, we're going to go hunt. Well, I found a little shade to enjoy. It's a little warm out here this morning. Getting on in the day. Nothing but BBs and junk today. Not even going to bore you with any of it. No gold yet. And I'm still going to hunt for a little while, but I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a boots on the ground ending to our little San Domingo research demonstration. And like I said, this technique works anywhere. It's just how I do it. There are other ways to do it. There's other systems out there you can use. There's other programs. But what works best for me is the system I use. And I'll be going to some new areas this year. I've got a pretty good list going already. So anyway, if you like these videos, subscribe and maybe ring that bell and leave a comment. I always like to hear from you. And for right now on this research video, we've got all the way to boots on the ground, learning where we were, finding the actual mining sites mentioned in the books, and looking out over the whole area, and right down to finding your own club claims. So with that in mind, good luck to y'all, and good hunting. Nugget Shooter out.